Hey, Rick, you were really rolling through those first 5 innings. What changed for you in the sixth?
Well, it's two pitches. The pitch to the kid Bohm, just leaked back to the plate, gave him a chance, and then the first pitch slider to McCutcheon was just it was the worst pitch I threw of the night, and he did what you're supposed to do with those. So everything else was fine. It was really those two pitches. I mean, I had two strikes on Bohm. Real Muto hits that ball off the bag. I don't know if it would have been able to get him on that or not, but it wasn't necessarily hard contact. It was on the ground, and it just that was it. It was just really those two batters.
Overall, why do you think that this team is yet to be able to find its footing?
It's hard to say. I don't think it's for a lack of effort. I think everyone's going out there playing hard, and everyone's going out there to win games, and we're just not coming out with them. I mean, it's one night it's the pitching, one night it's hitting or whatever, and we haven't been able to get everything firing on all cylinders consistently. So that's really something that we need to get going. We need to when we pitch well, we need to hit, and vice versa. When we hit, we need to pitch well, and everything needs to be in sync. And I just don't think that we've gotten there on a consistent basis yet. We have a couple games where we look like we're rolling, and then we get a couple tough ones, and we're kind of right back in that that position again. So it's always hard to point to exactly what it is, but I just think it's just getting everything firing on all cylinders.
Next question comes from Justin Toscano.
Hey, Rick, you had a couple of those bloopers, a couple soft liners, and then that one at third, the deflection. Did you feel like you received some tough luck out there with some of those results?
That's part of the game. I think, when you see weak contact, it's an indication that the ball's moving and staying away from the barrel. So as unfortunate as some of those hits are, in my mind, it's not the worst thing in the world. When they start barreling up balls all over the place, that's when you need to go back to the drawing board. So those hits are unfortunate. They were placed in really good spots. The wind was definitely a little crazy today at times. So those things happen. But, like I said, I mean, out of the 10 hits, I think they probably hit, 3 or 4 balls hard. And one of them was, or 2 of them were the ball that Bohm hit down the right field line and the home run that McCutcheon hit.
And then last time out, you talked about kind of how a rotation can feed off of one another. What's the challenge in that when there's so much fluff and so many moving parts in the rotation right now?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. You get guys are coming in making spot starts or whatever, and we've had some unfortunate things with guys going down or being sore and things like that. So as far as the momentum rotation goes and having those same 5 guys go out there and take the ball every day, that's not happening for us. But it doesn't mean that we can't build off of one another no matter who's on the mound. So it definitely presents some challenges, but at the same time, it's baseball, and you do the same things no matter who's on the mound, execute pitches and feed off that.
Thank you.
Rick, thank you for your time this afternoon. Luis, your first question this afternoon comes from Steve Gelbs.
Hey, Luis, what would you say the mood of the team is right now?
I think, it's the same as it's always been. We just – these past few games didn't go our way, a couple bloop hits here and there, and stuff happens, I mean, it's not going to change the way we play. We're still going to go out there and compete.
Obviously, it's the first time you guys were facing Zach Wheeler in an actual game, not live BPs or anything like that. In that type of a setting, just what makes him so difficult to face?
I mean, he's a guy that throws the ball hard, and, he can work it in and out. He spots well. I mean, it's really what he is. He's always been a good pitcher.
Next question is from Ed Coleman.
Hey, Luis. A lot of your hits, we saw it again today, have been going the other way, and you've been kind of slicing the ball over that way. Is it a conscious thing, or are you just trying to use the whole field?
I think it's a little bit of both. Knowing Wheeler's a guy that throws hard. I mean, the situation, especially that one hit I got today, bases loaded, they were giving me the line. I know he's a guy that throws hard. He likes to go the other way with his fastball, especially against lefties. So, it's something I think about. Now, I'm not saying I'm doing it all the time. Even though I've been getting hits, I'm still trying to catch my rhythm at the plate, get all the timing down. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Justin Toscano.
Hey, Luis, for you, how would you describe how it's felt personally to put together a stretch at the plate like you have these past few games?
It feels great. I've gotten a chance to play, not under the best circumstances when I got it. But, every time I get a chance to go out there and compete, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the best I can out there.
Does it build your confidence knowing that the opportunity is going to be more consistent than maybe if you were only playing once every few days or so?
I mean, of course it does. When you get more games in a row, no matter who you are, it's going to get a little easier to perform out there. I don't care who you are. The more games you get in a row, the better you are. Those guys that can come off the bench and do it every time they're a special breed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time this afternoon, Luis.
No problem. See you guys.
Luis, your first question comes from Steve Gelbs.
Hey, Louis, with the way that this season has gone so far, at this point, what concerns you the most?
I mean, right now, one of the things that we need to build is the consistency. Some of the at bats, I thought today weren't the same as we had in the last few days. We did battle, we did fight against Zach Wheeler. But that's something that we gotta bring every day. Defense wasn't how it's been in the last week or so. It's something that we gotta make sure that we're staying consistent playing that game. We gotta minimize mistakes. We gotta make sure that we connect quality at bats, so we're able to build up some of those big innings that we can as a team. We also gave a couple of outs on the bases. That's something that we definitely got to minimize if we want to keep those inning goings. Those will haunt us. So those are the things that we need to correct immediately in a season like this, just to make sure that we're playing the baseball at our best.
You say that the at-bats today weren't like the last couple of days. So, and you said you battled against Wheeler. So did you feel like, even though the results weren't necessarily there, that you liked the approach that a lot of these guys took today offensively?
Yeah, no, yeah. Some of them did. Some of them did were grinding the at bats. We saw Louis once again grinding those at bats. And we're able to get deep in counts and get some clutch hits. But yesterday and today we faced some tough pitching, but at the same time, I think we have some really good hitters that can make a tough at bat, and that's what we got to keep doing. Just keep having those quality at bats. Those are one of the things that keep us in game. These guys always, until that last inning, that last inning we pinch hit a few times. There had Rosie to match up against the lefty. They made him bring the righty, and then we have McNeil coming for Ramos, and we're trying to build up something because this guy can connect really good at bats, and that's where our big innings happen.
Seeing Zach from this point of view, obviously he's a little bit of a different pitcher early this season, pitching more to contact. What was he able to do against you guys today to be so effective?
He's pitching in and out to everybody. In and out, comfortable pitching inside with his fastball. Velo decreased a little bit towards the end of the outing, but still sharp. Feel through his changeup early in count, late in counts, and next thing you know, he also flipped the curveball. When he had you going with the fastball changeup mix, so he flashed really good repertoire, and obviously the velocity is always it's something that always will make you speed up. So his secondary can play.
Next question comes from Tim Healy.
Hey, Luis, you mentioned the defense and base running as things you have to fix immediately. One loss is just one game, but does it feel worse when it's well-rounded like this one was?
Well, it's the one thing, Tim, is those are things, not particularly the base running. I think we've done a good job on the bases, stealing bases, going first to third. But on defense, that's something that really hunted us before early in the season. Cuss pitchers to make extra pitches, and different things like that. Outs are big, against any of these teams, and they can build up trying to get an extra out, and they can make a big inning. So it's something that we have to protect defensively, and we're we made a really good job from the start of the season till now. So it was just, kind of like that game today where, the couple of errors can really haunt us trying to get that extra out.
And I saw Waka throwing a bullpen before the game. Was DeGrom able to do anything today?
Yeah, the DeGrom play a little catchy, felt better. We'll see what he'll be able to do. And Waka was able to throw a side. He's gonna pitch in a sim game. I believe is Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll make sure I'll let you guys know tomorrow.
Okay. And so is DeGrom still in play potentially for Wednesday, or is that ship sailed?
It's still up in the air. Day to day, tomorrow we'll see how he feels and what he's able to do, and then we can definitely share what his status is for Wednesday, or if he's going to make a next start.
Thank you.
Next question is from Rich Catino.
Louis, when you go through this as a team that you went through this weekend and maybe even this week, so to speak, do you worry about the confidence and drive of your team, and how do you keep that positive?
Well, before worrying, I mean, we're all in this together. Before worrying, what we had to do is talk and make sure that we know what we are as a team. We know our identity, and we know how quickly we can recover. Even though we lost this series, we got swept in the series. These guys, they're a great team. The very good offensive team. We're dealing with some injuries, and they don't mind that. They keep playing so hard, and they keep playing really good baseball. And we learn from our mistakes. They recover really quick. You guys seen that these guys make the adjustments when something doesn't go our way. The next day they make the adjustment and they correct it. So we just got to stay positive. And like I said, this is a day-to-day approach. I mean, we're playing mostly against our own division. So, faith is in our hand. We just got to go ahead and take care of tomorrow's game against the Marlins now.
Next question comes from Ed Coleman.
Hey, Louis. Did Lugo ask for more work today? He had gone 5 days when he had the blown save, and it wasn't a save opportunity today.
Yeah. We wanted to get Lugo back in there, after the outing, bounce back, and and get his pitching in, get his work in, and that's what he got up there.
Thanks.
Next question is from Mike Puma.
Louis, as far as having Guillorme back here, is he in play for a start if you need at some point this week?
Not there now. Not there yet with that decision. He's part of our bullpen right now. He's our length guy. That was the purpose of him being there, being added today. So he should help us with that. That's the plan, using him right now. He knows, and he's a great help, just to protect our bullpen really well, and he can also throw the ball well for us and help us win some games.
Thank you very much for your time this afternoon, Luis.
All right, guys. See ya.
JD, your first question is from Steve Gelbs.
Hey, JD. The second half of last season especially, you guys had so much energy and talked often about how you would fall behind late but just feel like you were going to find a way to win that game. With the way things have started this year, is that a more difficult thing to kind of conjure up? Does it feel different right now than it did in the second half last year?
I don't know. I can't really compare any season to this season right now. It's a little different, obviously, with the circumstances. We're still trying to fight. There's a lot of opportunities to score. And we haven't been scoring that much in runners in scoring position, but we've had a lot of barrels. Like today, for example, I know Guillorme got that double down the line, but I mean, when I was at second base, I think Jimenez hit that ball, to Jay Bruce out and left. I mean, that's just another barrel in runners in scoring position in which, 10 and 15 feet left or right, we're looking at a double. He's on base and the inning is just extended. It's just one of those things that it's just not really going our way. But for right now, the only thing we can do is keep our head up, keep grinding, keep working. I know it's 60 games and everybody likes to, have this sense of urgency, but at the end of the day, just like what Louis said, we're facing our division a lot. So our future or our destiny is in our hands. We can change it real quick. The best way we can do it is, learn from this 3-game set and just bounce back against the Marlins.
So you mentioned, some of the luck associated with the runners in scoring position, that you guys are still barreling up the baseball. Do you feel like you're close as a team right now?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think any of us are hanging our heads. We are, everybody gets frustrated when they get out. It's a game of failure. Everybody's going to have some kind of anger, some kind of frustration. But there's no doubt with us right now. Is it bitter that we just got swept? Absolutely. It's unacceptable. I hate losing, and everybody in that locker room hates losing, and especially getting swept by the Phillies is, it's unacceptable. So, but at the same time, there is positivity in all of us. We know that we can bounce back. A lot of us, are going in and out in at bats. And so I think that's kind of keeping us positive that, not all of us have hit our stride just yet. And once this whole lineup gets hot, you guys have seen it in the second half of last year and how, things can change in a hurry.
Next question comes from Justin Toscano.
Hey, JD, a few times this season you guys have seemingly built some momentum only for something like this to happen. Does that wear on you guys as players kind of emotionally each day?
A little bit. Like I said before, like everybody's a little bit bitter, just that bitter taste of losing, but not necessarily. I think we've learned a little bit from last year too. And, we're not going to – I know last year we solely concentrated on – or second half of the season we solely concentrated on winning series. And obviously we didn't win this series. We got swept. So it's definitely bitter. That's our goal every time we come into a series. But right now we're keeping our heads up. There's still plenty of season left, plenty of games left. And again, we're facing our division a lot, so we could bounce back pretty quick within maybe a week and a half. And all of a sudden, we're sitting here saying, what happened? We just turned it around within a week and a half.
Yeah. And with Wheeler, when you guys know a guy like that, who's got the advantage, the pitcher or the hitter?
The pitcher's always got the advantage. Always. He's got the ball in his hand. So, no, he did a good job today. That was the first time I ever faced Wheeler. He was hitting his spots. He was mixing up pitches. He was doing pretty good. We got that 2-run, or Louis got that 2-run double right there. So, we got some batters on, or we got some runners on, and we were putting some pressure on him. And but kudos for him for, that old saying, keep making him bend until he breaks, and he didn't break tonight. So, he did good tonight.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Disha Dozar.
Hey, JD, kind of just a similar question. Just how weird was it to face Wheeler today?
A little weird, especially, being with him all last year and then him signing with Philly. So it was definitely weird. But, he's a little comfortable over there with what he got. And so I think he's happy. We definitely cross paths. I know some guys have said hi to him, but as a pitcher and position players, we're always on different schedules and stuff like that, especially with the protocols right now. So I never really got a chance to say hi to him or whatnot, but it was definitely weird. But it was fun. It was fun. It was a fun game, but again, we lost. It was bitter, but
and then you touched on the sense of urgency a little bit, but just falling to 9-14 and 40% of the season over, like when do you personally hit the panic button?
I don't know. I'm not really putting a number on it. I think everybody was hitting the panic button last year, and we came out of the All-Star break with 80 games, and a lot can change. But then again, like I said before, we're facing our division a lot. I think you said we're 4 games back. So, hey, we get on a run, week and a half, 2 weeks from now, and, we can have a different story.
Thanks.
Thank you very much for your time this afternoon, JD.
Hey, no problem. Thanks, guys.